Що? Ну що, заходить надо. Надо заходить, пацани.
In a conflict where every moment counts, clarity matters. If you want real, unfiltered perspectives from the front lines of the Ukraine-Russia war captured directly through the lens of my GoPro, make sure you hit subscribe. Your support helps bring truth to light, honors those affected, and keeps this coverage going. Stay informed, stay aware. Subscribe now.
Нема. Дайте гранату, гранату.
Тебе ніхто не вб'є! Ніхто не вб'є, вилазь, блядь! Ніхто не вб'є, давай, вилазь!
Братан, це БК. Це БК. Нормально?
Берлін, дуже прицільно пиздує. Берлін, як прийняли, міномет 120.
Ей.
Хотіло. Ми на последньому рифі.
На 12 крийте, пацани, 12 крийте. Так виходите, блядь!
Де прийняли?
Виход... А ти, граната! Ну, сука, підарас ебаний! Мінус! Уєбан, ти бачив, сука? Все. Все. Минус. Сколько вас там еще?
Один раненый я, еще это...
Вылазьте, будете жить! Да вылазьте, блядь, мы вас не тронем, блядь, уже.
Мужики, пожалуйста.
Все, выходь, блядь, быстрее, сука.
Давай!
Смотрите, нет гранат.
Быстрее.
Виходь!
Куда идти?
Направо!
Туда.
Направо!
Наверх.
Наверх! І прямо там!
Там есть пацаны, да.
Бля.
Ничего, давай.
Ой! Принимай пленного!
Принимай пленного, иди прямо.
Руки вверх.
Да.
Скинь броню! Броню скинь! Все! З карманів!
Все, один жив.
На лінії. Я не знаю, внимательно.
Короче, ситуація така. Там має бути 2 300-х, вони не відповідають, там щось горить, зайти невозможно. Вони контролюють з двох сторон. 12 окапувати. Ну, вроді да, бля. Ну вони не відповідають уже. Треба лопати і термобари. Мінус на всі цілі.
Зараз качають резерви, як прийняли.
Їм не поможуть ті резерви, кібіням нахуй. Сука, якби ще не ця хуйня тут, блядь. Нога возле голови, блядь, дура, сука, єбана. Єбать, мені понравиться цей двіж, я охуєв. Мені аж понравився цей двіж, пацани.
Close combat on open ground is fast, exposed, and unforgiving. There are no walls to hide behind, no dark rooms to clear. Instead, it is fought across fields, tree lines, riverbanks, and broken roads, where the only safety comes from quick movement, low profiles, and good coordination. In the area of Yarova in the Donetsk region, this is the reality for the operators of the 8th Special Operations Regiment. They move under a low, heavy sky. The weather is rough, the air thick with mist and rain. Visibility is poor, which makes this night dangerous for both sides. Enemy groups use these conditions to try to slip through open ground, crossing fields and gullies to get closer to Ukrainian positions. Their aim is to study defensive lines, find gaps, and locate the crews who operate unmanned systems. Information arrives from a local resident, a person forced and pressured by the occupying side to help their plans. Instead of guiding the enemy, This resident comes under the protection of the Special Operations Forces. In a secure place, away from the front edge, the operators listen with care. The story is simple but urgent. A small hostile group has crossed into the area, moving through tree lines and low ground, looking for ways to approach the settlement unseen. With this knowledge, the team acts without delay. There is no time for long planning. 2 maneuver elements move out, spread across the open terrain. They use shallow ditches, broken fences, and natural folds in the earth to stay as low as possible. Every shape on the horizon, every flash of movement near a tree line, may be a threat. The first contact comes at distance. Shapes appear against the gray horizon, crossing a field in a loose formation. The operators hold their fire and close the gap, step by step, using every patch of cover. The aim is to get close enough to make every shot count, and to prevent the enemy from escaping or calling in support. Voices are kept low. Hand signals pass down the line. One element swings wide, moving toward a small rise in the ground to cut off any retreat. The other holds the center, staying between the infiltrators and Ukrainian positions deeper in the rear. The fight will not be in narrow corridors today, but out in the open, where every mistake can be seen. When the moment is right, the silence breaks. Short commands, controlled fire, and coordinated movement turn open ground into a controlled battlefield. The enemy group tries to spread out and find cover behind scattered trees and low bushes. But the operators keep pressure on them, staying moving, never giving a clear target in return. There is no rush, only calm, trained action. The exchange is sharp and brief. The infiltrators are stopped before they can approach the settlement or relay detailed information. With the immediate threat removed, the operators do not celebrate. They scan the area, check every dip in the ground, and make sure there are no hidden members of the group trying to slip away. Next comes the careful search of the site. On this open field, every piece of gear left behind matters. The team collects maps, notebooks, digital devices, radios, and personal equipment. These items can reveal routes of movement, points of gathering, supply paths, and details about other units working in the area. Each object is marked and packed for further study by intelligence teams. The open terrain now holds something more valuable than just another empty field. It holds answers. It shows how the enemy tried to move, where they tried to cross, and how they hoped to avoid detection. For the Special Operations Forces, this is as important as the clash itself. Every lesson from the ground is used to strengthen the defense and prepare for the next attempt. Having completed their task, the operators pull back the same way they came. Silent, alert, spread out, always ready for a surprise. The line holds for another day because of small groups like this, working in the space between clear safety and direct danger. Special Operations Forces remain at this edge, where quick decisions on open ground protect whole towns behind them. While this close combat unfolds across fields and tree lines, another part of the battle is always in motion above and beyond the visible horizon. At the same time, drone pilots of the 118th Mechanized Brigade are at their stations, watching and guiding from the sky. From their screens, the landscape looks different. Rivers, roads, and tree belts stretch out like lines on a map. Small dots move along them. Vehicles, patrols, supply convoys, long-range reconnaissance drones scan far behind the active front, day and night. They search for hidden positions, command centers, ammunition points, and routes that ground units might not see in time. Closer to the front edge, fast FPV strike drones wait on simple launch pads or from improvised takeoff spots. Operators check coordinates, confirm targets, and prepare their systems. Once launched, these drones dive low across the land, following paths between trees, skimming above trenches, and weaving around obstacles. Their task is to hit important targets with precision, to break attacks before they reach full strength, and to give direct support to units in contact. For infantry on open ground, these drones are both shield and guide. They give early warning about enemy groups trying to cross fields or gather near tree lines, just as they did near Yarova. They help mark dangerous spots, plan safe routes of movement, and direct supporting fire where it is needed most. A short message from a drone crew, backed by clear aerial footage, can change how a whole sector reacts. Together, the work of close combat teams and drone operators forms a single chain. On the ground, small units face the enemy at close range, using terrain and training to stand firm in open country. Above them, unmanned systems watch, record, and strike, denying the opponent the chance to move freely or hide their intentions. This is how the modern front lives. In the rush of movement across a wet field, in the steady hands of a soldier behind a scope, and in the quiet focus of a drone pilot following a moving target on a screen. From the grass underfoot to the clouds overhead, every level of the battlefield is connected, and every action, whether on the ground or in the air, helps to secure the line.